Welcome back to the Group Chat in Real Life podcast, where real women, real stories, and real conversations come to life. I'm Cameron.
And I'm Arielle, and y'all already know we talk about everything here from healing to hustling, humor, and heartbreak.
And today we're talking about healing and self reflection, relationships and emotional growth, confidence and rebuilding. So let's get into it.
Yes. Okay, so becoming her again, learning to reconnect with the version of yourself you lost along the way. How do you do that? What are some tips that you have for that?
Okay, so, let me think. So, becoming her again and reconnecting with the version of myself that I lost along the way.
Hmm.
Um,
I know. I feel like I find myself just liking stuff again from when I was young,
mm,
and like just as an adult, and just like embracing that. Like it doesn't matter if it's there were certain things I liked when I was young, but it wasn't cool, so I wouldn't like
mm,
really outwardly do it. When as an adult, I'm like, no, I'm confident I can do whatever I want, and it's gonna be
right.
cool just because I'm cool.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, I like to get into things that, or even like get into things that maybe you were interested in before you were in a relationship, but didn't have the time to do it.
Right. That's a good one. Yeah, for sure. Because I think probably like the version of myself that I feel like where I was lost the most was definitely probably after I had the twins,
Mm-hmm.
because when I had Bree, it really wasn't a readjustment, because Bree was the first child, she was the first granddaughter, her
Mm-hmm.
dad's the only child. So I didn't really, everybody just wanted Bree, Bree, Bree.
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't really, it wasn't really a difference, in my life. I still went out, still did, whatever. But after the twins, like, that's two babies. And
Yeah.
it's hard, for people to want to, like, not, I wouldn't say help out, but
Watching two
what
newborns as opposed, yeah, I
exactly?
get it.
Yes. So, it was definitely more of a adjustment
Mm-hmm.
for me. And yeah, I just got back to myself, like doing things like when I ended up moving back with my parents with them, now I got a little bit more like free time. I don't got to really worry about bills, because I was stressed out about that and just like all these things. I was able to get back to like cooking. That's really when I
Mm.
learned how to like really start like cooking,
Yeah.
and then now I'm closer to like my cousin, that I'm really close to because she lived here, in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to get dressed up, go out
I
and
love
just
that.
get back, to me.
Yeah, I swear that cooking is a big one. That's when you really be feeling like, I don't know, just so like mommy. Like just, I found myself, I'm like, man, it's a Saturday evening. I'm cooking for making cookies and watching holiday movies and stuff like that. And
Right.
it's just, yeah, like really getting into that mode.
Okay. And now healing the little girl inside you. So,
Mm.
how childhood wounds still show up in adult relationships.
Oh my God.
So, I know for sure that, my mom was a Scorpio too. So, I really idolized like my stepdad, when he met her, because, and then funny thing, mom was so funny. I believe they're like 7, 8 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, my stepdaddy didn't find out that my mama like was her actual age until they went to go sign for their marriage license. But I really idolized him because, my mom was like a firecracker.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just so like patient and just like, just really cool. I remember because my mama can't really cook like that. She never been a
Girl,
cooker.
that sound like, oh, I forgot we was talking about that. Because one thing our mamas would do though, while we throwing that, they gonna be in the kitchen cleaning up. And
Exactly.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
So, and I remember my grandma had asked my stepdad one day, like, oh, it's like she made a comment about my mom not knowing how to cook. And, he responded to her and he was like, why to marry her for her cooking?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was like, so like, green flag,
Yeah.
man, like you did that, because absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
because even now, today, like, I mean, we know how to cook, so that's
Yeah.
just us. But so many men nowadays, be making it seem like for women, oh, if you don't know how to cook, oh, you're not,
Girl.
wifey material. And I just think it'd be so funny because, bitch,
Literally, girl, I made a TikTok about this. I was like, I love those relationships where the woman is like outwardly like, oh yeah, I don't cook, like I don't really like to cook, or like I love when the husband is like, yeah, I'm gonna make this because my wife, she don't like cooking. I love that where it's like,
yes,
yeah, she don't have to.
exactly. Where it's really just not, a line of like gender roles. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
some men feel like they have to, like, there's a video going around, with TikTok, and it's of men saying, oh, when you eat, basically, and you forget that you're a husband, or you remember that you're a husband, and it's basically to insinuate that she's supposed to take the plate and wash the dishes. And it's so funny because
Er.
the final video that I seen was like a black woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she took the plate and she came back with a pot and hit his ass with it.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it's like, no. But prior to, my mom meeting my stepdad, her relationships, that I seen, just a couple
Mm-hmm.
of them, but it just really the ones that I remember, or a particular one that I remember, it was domestic, like, where they were
Mm.
fighting. So, and then my grandparents like used to fight, as well.
Mm.
So when I got older, I definitely rationalized that with love. Like, I
Mm.
thought that it was okay to, like, put your hands on a man
Yeah.
if he makes you mad, or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
then, like, no, that's actually toxic as fuck. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they shouldn't have been doing that. Like, people
Yeah.
actually lose their lives,
Right.
from that type of thing. So it definitely, that part, definitely showed up. And I feel like also, like, the getting whoopings, because these are people that love me,
Mm-hmm.
but y'all is beating my motherfucking
Yeah, I got
ass.
my ass whooped too.
Okay.
Every Friday. Every Friday.
So, I've healed that, childhood, version of me, now at this phase in my life, but it definitely showed up as a young adult.
Yeah, no, I I feel you. Yeah, it's it's crazy. Like I know for me, I had to unlearn a lot. Like I mean, it wasn't too bad, but it's just like growing up with my grandma, my great grandma. Like now, I have to tell myself it's not bad if I take a nap. It's not bad if I sleep past 7, 8. I feel like I don't. I be having to like rationalize going to sleep, and I'm like, it's okay. But with them, they've been up since 5, 6 in the morning, and then
Right.
she's still in his sleep. I'm like, bro, it's Saturday, like what, like. So for the longest, that was something I really had to like
Oh my
unlearn. Like
gosh.
it's okay if I sleep, you know what I mean? Like it just be them little things, and I'm like, I didn't. That's not innately just bad. That's not. That's just something that they didn't like. They from old school. My great grandma, she grew up on a farm, so of course you got to be up at the crack of dawn. But and then she worked at an engineering firm, so again they be starting early in the day. But I'm like, I could sleep.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah, it's just like trying to unlearn that, but then that even transfers into relationships, just because I would get into it with an ex about this, that doesn't mean everybody dislikes it. I don't have to feel guilty for doing this thing. They just
Mhm.
didn't like it. So
Right.
I've had to like unlearn with that too. Like stuff really can, have lasting effects and it's crazy.
It is, for sure.
Yes. Let's see what our next topic is. Oh, letting go without closure. So, healing when the apology never comes. That can be so hard, okay? And what I have found you almost always get the apology once you no longer care to have it. Once you've
Yeah.
finished healing and you're
Mhm.
like, I don't even need an apology, like I'm good, like whatever. That's when they come with the apology, and then it
That's a
means
fact.
literally
Nothing.
nothing at that point. It's like,
Fact.
oh, you good? I've been,
Right. Yeah, I agree because, and I don't know, what that is. And I think that's why I'm so like, with the relationship I'm in right now, because he's so like straightforward, like apologetic, like very like communicative, with things like that. A lot of niggas, they in the past, they don't give a fuck.
yeah,
Like,
or they just don't know how.
yeah. And so I definitely feel like with, I don't know, I close on my own. Like, I'm definitely at that phase where I close on my own,
Yes.
but it is hurtful. And I feel like it took years to get an apology from the twins' dad.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, this was probably last year where we finally,
Oh, really?
yeah, it may have even been earlier this year where we finally were able, yeah, it was this year. And we were finally able to have a conversation,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, okay, this is really what happened, and there was a lot that I was upset about, that he made me realize, like, no, Cam, like, that didn't happen. Like,
Mm.
your emotions were like clouding, what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was great,
Yeah.
to finally have like, that dialogue, and to just come to terms, like with each other. And it just helped definitely a lot with like our co-parenting relationship. But I just, what is healed, like, because it, to me, I just had to move forward,
That I was just gonna say, that's, to me, don't you've never really said anything bad about him. You seem to not have any, like, you'll tell me what happened. You might be joking around, but you seem to have zero. I wouldn't have known that he did what he did because you seem so like, you know.
because I feel like it goes back to like my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So vividly, I remember, like, it was very hurtful to me as a child growing up. At the time, I didn't understand, like, my mama traveled a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I just didn't understand why I was with my grandparents, versus being with my mama. I understood what happened, with my daddy and what was going on with him. And I remember being so, so hurt when I was probably maybe like 12,
Mm-hmm.
maybe. And like as if it happened yesterday. My grandma has a white door. I was in the bathroom, locked the door, had my back towards the door, and I was crying silently though. And I made a promise to myself. I said, when I have kids, I'm never going to make them feel like how I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
So it was just, my feelings did not fucking matter. However the hell I felt about him, the shit that he did, it didn't matter to me. All I really cared about was that he was a part of their life. So I'm able to just like suppress my emotions,
Dang.
And my feelings, because it's that important to me for
Yeah.
them to, have what I didn't have as a child.
Yeah. Yeah. See, like for me with my youngest son, it's like I definitely that was definitely the mindset, and even to this day, I mean, the kids, I've never said anything to them, but oh, it was up.
Oh no, I used to eat my baby daddy down on Facebook. Like, that
Oh,
was a part of the whole beef.
yeah.
Like, the beef was bad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I used to eat him down.
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. Like, I can tell that you're healed from that because I'm like, now, I mean, I've known you almost 2 years now, and you never, that mean, so if you're saying that he just now gave you that apology, I'm like, okay, but these past 2 years, you haven't
Right.
been saying nothing about him, so clearly you didn't really, like you said, it was end up being good for y'all or whatever, but you was straight without it. Like, you had
Yeah.
already done the work, you had already healed regardless.
Yeah, and also, like, as I started like growing, I started realizing, like, literally the the whole thought process behind the saying of God don't play about me,
Oh yeah. Now that.
because
Mm-hmm.
I got to watch
Yeah.
what I avoided. I got
Mm-hmm.
to watch that like play out. So I am not even gonna lie, like that peeled the hell out of me
Yeah,
too.
because I was gonna say even for other factors in it, you've never mentioned it at all. Like
Yeah,
you definitely. I'm like, and that's what I'm saying. Once I found out what happened, I'm like, you never even say anything about that.
mm,
Like you've never.
it was just like a dodge the bullet, type of thing. Like,
Yeah.
yes, my baby daddy was deeply in love with me.
Mhm.
I mean, he proposed.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of things were just like a rebound type of situation,
Mhm.
and I damn sure don't give like second check. I don't give like once you
Exactly.
cross that line,
Yes.
it was yeah, the things you did to me, whatever, but I can't ever really say it's forgiven. I don't
Yeah.
care,
Yeah.
but
No, I hear you 1,000%. That's
you
exactly
know,
how I'll never forget.
yeah,
I'll never
yeah,
forget.
it's never gonna be a
And
forgot.
but it's like shoot, life goes on. I've built a great life
Yeah.
since then, and then that also made me really realize it's crazy when I was really like in the thick of it. That's when I learned that phrase. Sometimes God's not right now is actually not with them around,
Mm,
and then that's when so
mm,
many changes were. I'm like, these things I was trying to get for the last 5-6 years, it wasn't
absolutely.
working. Within 3-4 months of me leaving, now I'm getting it. I'm
Yes.
like, I ain't gonna lie, I would have left sooner if I knew. And it's just, had I known, had I known you was holding me back, I would have.
Exactly. And I always it'd be funny to me because I be making jokes about it, and I'd be like, that life would have been settling for me. Like,
Yeah.
that would have been, if we had been married, I would have been in a town that I hate.
I was just gonna say I cannot imagine. I can't imagine that, Cam.
Oh,
Like I can't.
around people that I cannot stand. There's
Mm-hmm.
nothing there. There's no resources for my kids. Like, look at the stuff that my kids get to do on a regular weekday.
Yeah,
There's nothing like that back home. So
girl.
it didn't align with who I it was meant to be
Mm-hmm.
and who my children are going to mean to be.
Exactly. The changes that just have transpired in just 2 years. I'm like, oh my god. So it's tough, but so worth it.
So worth it. Okay, breaking up with your old self. So,
Mm.
outgrowing habits, people, places, that no longer fit your healed version. I mean, same,
Yeah.
thing. Like,
God
even
make
right,
it to where you can't help but they just fall off. It just
yeah, I don't even like, I be on the phone listening to the things that be going on back home with the women that are older than me, and the situations that they be in, and I
yes.
just be like, ugh,
Girl,
ugh,
I'd be like, I could not, because it's like growing up in small towns. Anytime when I talk to my cousin, she be filling me in what's going on. Anybody she's telling me about, at some point I've hung out with them, been friends with them, or something, and
right,
I'd be like, I could never imagine. Not in a mean way. I'm just
right,
like, I just
exactly.
cannot
It's just the
imagine.
healed version
Like,
of
there's
you.
literally no way I would be doing that. I would
Exactly.
never be at that place doing that thing that they're.
Literally, like, literally, I was just on the phone, like, getting some information about things that's going on in my hometown. I just be like, oh my god, they need to grow up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, you're 30 years old, you're 40 years old, like, still acting like a damn child, fighting. What? Are y'all serious? Like,
Mm-hmm.
nobody has anything substantial set up at a certain age. especially when you have children. Like, that's a big thing, to me. And I feel like I probably would have. I mean, I am who I am,
Mm-hmm.
But if I probably would have stayed in that environment,
I wonder that for myself too.
yeah, like my mindset, I'm sure, would have been the same, way.
Mm-hmm.
It 100% has to do with the fact that I've been around different people, different environments. I've met so many friends, through jobs and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
even just jobs. Like, back home, a lot of the stuff is really bull crap. Like, you got to work at like a gas station, or mostly, everyone does like caregiver work
Yeah,
because
that's the
that's
same.
it, But no, I've outgrown it. Doesn't mean I'm not trying to be judgmental,
Right. Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
not better than
because
nobody or
yeah,
nothing. I'm
I
just
understand that it's the environment,
Mhm.
but I just be getting so flustered because I be like, damn, I want y'all to do better.
Yes.
Like, it's so much more in the world, to where it's, well, I don't give a fuck about everybody, but like my family, my associates and things like that, like, and I'm always sending like the girls back home, they know they could come to me. I'm gonna give them resources. Like,
Mhm.
when that whole thing happened with them people cousin, and she tried to make like a jabs at where I live, girl, it was girls jumping in my, inbox like, oh, can you help me? Like, how is it,
Right.
down there? Like, what can I do? Whatever. And I'm like, see, I love that, because
Mhm.
y'all know that y'all could trust me. It never gave me pretending to be something, that I'm not.
Mhm.
I'm always been very transparent. The whole damn Facebook has watched all my ups and my downs. Like, I never gave a damn. But it just definitely has to do with, once you definitely heal yourself, it just, your mindset just outgrows it.
Yeah, because I can say that, like, when I was back home, I had already started like shedding from different people, and I was just living like I moved to a different part of town, just out the hood. It wasn't far, but I, if I was still there, I would probably end up being like a recluse, because I stopped talking to people because it just didn't. I was just about these kids, and then I was in my relationship and stuff. And not that I was like, oh, I don't want to hang out because I'm in a relationship, but I'm just like, I'm not finna the stuff that you want to do
Too.
to hang out. I'm
Yeah,
not finna go post up at the. I don't do that.
exactly.
Y'all want to go to Orlando for them? Y'all want to go to King's Bowling? That's the kind of stuff I like to do.
Right.
But it's like it was already shifting up out of there. So I'm like, if I was still down there, I would be losing my mind.
Absolutely. I damn sure would have lost mine.
Right.
I would have went crazy. And that's really why I had to get the hell up out of there. Like,
Mm-hmm.
pack my damn stuff. Shout out to Quayla. I love you, girl. I will forever, ever, ever love you. Quayla came to my house. Quayla was the only person who showed up, helped me pack everything, up. And baby, I was out of there.
I love that. Now let's jump into relationships and emotional growth. Let's see. Love after lessons. How healed women love differently. Oh, that's a good one. I I haven't been in love again, so I don't know. I'm so like I be in fake love all the time. You know that.
Right, right.
First link type shit.
Type shit, type shit.
I love to be in fake love. I love it, but it's because you can't hurt me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, it's like, yeah, baby, I love you. It would be just so, but it's like if I go and I see you liking every bitch stuff, post on Instagram, I don't really care. It's gonna give me the ick,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna like you anymore. But it's not gonna hurt me.
Okay, so I'm here right now. I'm living in it right now. Okay.
Yes.
So my boyfriend has times where he has like his own little thing, like where he's trying to get back to himself,
Mhm.
and so he'll leave, like, go back home, and when he does, we won't talk on the phone. Like, we'll send like little reels and stuff to get together, but it won't be like us like talking on the phone, or we won't be like texting, all day. Like, we'll check in, in the morning time, and then we'll check in, at night. But it doesn't bother me. Like,
Yeah.
thinking about the unhealed version of me in relationships, like, oh, but Nick, what the fuck you doing? Who the fuck you talking to? You fucking with a bitch.
Yeah. I see, and I told myself, I said, whenever I do get there, I feel like that's how I'm gonna be, and I'm like, it would have to be the right person, because they might take it like, do you not care what I'm doing? But it's just like, yeah, like you said, I was in a codependent relationship where we was, I mean, then in love real fast, like hot and heavy, and it was like that for years, like for over 6 years, living together. Within 2 months, just we was hot and heavy, and we always knew each other's every move. We were just, you know what I'm saying? And I used to equate that to like how much I loved him. Like, no, like we're just so like obsessed with each other. Like, we just want to be up under each other. But I'm like, I wouldn't be that way anymore. Just because now that I know even you can be that way with somebody and then it could still.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, I would never, whatever they doing, if I find out shit. If you doing something, you'll do it. Like, so I know I'll be very different once it do get to that point.
And I feel like it's so healthy for him as well, because he don't be used to that. Like, he don't be used to somebody just being like, okay, like, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, you need space. Like, you need time to yourself. Like, you need, you're trying to figure you out, but he's also so like communicative, to the point where he'll be like, no, like, I can't, like, I adore you so much. Like, I want to be this type of person for you. And I'm not that person right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's something going on with me. Like, I have to feel better so that I can be exactly who it is that I want to be. Like, I feel some type of way that I'm not like the best version of myself, like, for you. So, and I 100% appreciate that and respect that, so
that reassurance is all the difference.
Yes, that too, definitely. Okay, so also now the trauma that you mistook for chemistry, understanding why chaos once felt familiar. I mean, I think that's what
basically what we just
yeah
saying.
Yeah,
thinking all that, like, them all on your ass, you all on that, you think that's
love.
Yeah.
But or it values, like, that means value. But I be thinking too, I be like, you know what, people who be married for years and years and years and years, bitch, that shit is not going to be perfect all the damn time. Like, if you're going to be with somebody for 40, 50, 60 years, like, you got to understand, you're a person just like they're a person. They're going to grow just like you're going to grow. They're going to go through things just like you're going to go through things. Like, y'all are going to elevate, and grow. And, the marriages and couples that we see who've been together for so long, on social media, people just look at the end result. And that's a thing, that I even, like, millionaires, talk about. They say, like, oh, yeah, they just see the nice cars and the big houses, and they just be like, oh, I want that, I want that, I want that. But they don't see that I was sleeping on my mama couch, for 2 years, didn't have no money. I was having to work at this place, I was depressed, going through this. Like, people just literally want the meat and not cracking the eggs, whipping up the butter, to make the mashed potatoes. Like, baby, it's a process to get that meal looking like that. Like, a meal don't come already put together, bitch. When you get the Ruth Chris, bitch, it starts out in sections, and you got to put the work into it to make it look like that.
Exactly. Let's talk more about forgiving without forgetting. So, making peace with your past without reopening old doors. I know we touched on it a little bit, but it's like it's like such a process. I guess it just, when you just worry about healing you, and it's like, okay, this person may never see what they did wrong, but I'm not finna sit up here and my healing is dependent upon them ever coming around and coming
Right.
back to me. Like, I got to do what I got to do.
Facts.
Like,
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like you should just work on yourself just to work on yourself.
mm-hmm.
Not if you have the mindset of like, okay, you know what? After this relationship, I'm finna do this and I'm finna do that. I'm finna boss up. I'm finna do this because I'm finna make him want me back and this and that. It's not. It's so ingenuine.
Yeah.
It's good. It's like you're doing it and then you do all that and
He
then
still
exactly.
That's, I say the same thing. You can't put it on them. You can't put that weight
And
on
then
them.
if you do all of that, now you're a completely different version of yourself.
Yes.
So are they even still your type? I know that's a thing for me.
Oh yeah.
They don't even be my type after
Yeah.
I have already like healed.
Mm-hmm.
No, ma'am.
Right. Once them rose-colored glasses come off, you be like, I was doing all this.
No thanks. Exactly. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this part 1 up. And to everyone listening, stay real, stay safe, and stay dangerous. That's a wrap for today. If you laughed, related, or got called out, share this episode with your favorite group chat.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for full episodes every Friday at the Group Chat IRL. And leave a rating when you listen.
See y'all next week.